In this video, we're going to look at how to format this sheet. In general, it really depends where you're sending it. I'm going to talk a little bit later in this training, in this particular video, on how to format specifically for uploading to Genius Messenger CRM, which is the software we actually developed Member Mover for. But you can upload this anywhere. If you're creating a custom audience, whatever you're uploading that audience to will ask for a specific format. If you're sending it out to a full CRM, it may have a specific format. If you're sending it to your text marketing system for the ones that have phone numbers, or your email autoresponder to the ones that have emails, then you'll need to check with those systems for what format they need. This is in CSV format. Some systems may require Excel format. So I am going to export this to an Excel because that's what Genius Messenger CRM needs. But your system may take a CSV. It may be fine just to upload this as is. They may require a different order for your headers. They may require this title to be taken out. You'll need to check with them for what format they need, and then just adjust this spreadsheet accordingly. Some people are going to just copy and paste the data up to Google Sheets. You could set yourself an automation through Zapier or Maker or Pabbly to take a new row in a Google Sheet that will send the data off wherever you want. So you could set up a new Google Sheet, connect it to Zapier, and say, hey, if a new line shows up, if it has an email, send that information to your email autoresponder. If it has a phone number, send that information off to your text marketing system. And then no matter whether it has an email or a phone number, send all of the data off to your CRM. You could do all of that just by copying and pasting the sheet up to a Google Sheet. And then every time you download a new group, you could upload it to your Google Sheet. So that is an option as well. Make sure you follow the rules. Some autoresponders, for example, will not allow you to put these in there because these people have not opted in. So if you take this information and you use it in violation of the rules of the system you're doing, please don't come back to us and complain that you got restricted or banned. You need to make sure, just because you have this data doesn't mean you can do anything with it outside the scope of particular systems. Okay, so just make sure you're following the rules. That's just a small caveat. All right, so without further ado, let's set this thing up for Genius Messenger CRM. And what we're going to do is we're going to export this. I'm on a Mac, so you'll hit Export Excel. This needs to be in an XLS format. Now, if you're on a PC, I believe you click Save As, and then check the format as XLSX. So on a Mac, you just hit Export, make your name what you want it to be, set it for where you want it to go, and then just export it, and it'll create the file. I'll go ahead and open that up. I believe that's going to be that one there. And we need to make it big. And we can see this here. Now, one thing we need to do to export up into Genius Messenger CRM, you have to get rid of this title. So we're going to do that, and we're going to click, whoops, I'm on the wrong one. We're going to click Edit, Delete. Okay, so the top field is this email, Facebook ID, Facebook profile link, name, and phone. And if that's all we want, we can upload this. Actually, there's one more thing we have to do. Let me make this a little bigger. See how you've got mathematical formulas for some of the longer Facebook IDs? If you see that, you're going to want to change that, whoops, click the column, all right, and change the field to number. And if it gives you decimal places, adjust it so that the decimal places go away. You know you're correct when the number matches the tail end of the Facebook profile link after that final slash. That Facebook ID should match that number, okay? Unless it's a conversation, but in this, you're not downloading conversations, you're downloading people that were a member of the group. So it'll be mostly individuals and in some cases possibly a page. But for the most part, this will be individual personal profiles. So once you've done that, all right, we've gotten rid of the header, we've corrected column B Facebook ID. That will not need to be done on all. If your computer adjusts it or changes it because of your settings, then you'll want to change that, but yours may be fine. And then the only other thing for Genius Messenger CRM is you might want to add labels to this, and you can type a column called label name, all right, and it needs to be label space name. My team tells me you don't have to worry about the capital letters, but it's the actual official thing is capital L and then small ABEL space capital N AME, and you can put labels in here, and then you can have one for tags if you want also. If you're adding labels to these people, have the label name column. If you're adding tags, have a tags column. But if you don't want to have one or the other, if you only want labels, you don't need to have a tags column. It's optional, but you do have to have that header up here in line 1. You don't need to make it match that. It doesn't need to be gray and bold, but it needs to be label name for label column and tags. So what I'll actually do, let's go look. I'll show you what we're doing here. Let's open Genius Messenger CRM. I'll open my labels, and I'm going to pick an existing. These all came from a partners group, so I'm going to pick. Oops, it was already on labels. Let's go here just so we can see it a little easier. I need to find Genius Messenger partners. That's this group here. All right, you see partners, and I have 277 people in there. So the way the formatting works on this, if you are adding people to an existing label, make sure that label comes in exactly as it appears. And in this case, spaces and capitals have to be the same. So if you notice, mine is GMCRM, all capital letters, then a space, and then the word partners with a capital P. So that has to be exact. If you type something that does not match an existing label exactly, it will create a new label with whatever you've typed in. So you can create new labels just by putting them here in the spreadsheet. That's perfectly fine. And you can do different different labels for different people. All of these people are going to be the same label, so I'm just going to copy and paste that, and now they're all going to be labeled. And we could add tags if we want. And that tag does not have to exist, but if it does, it needs to be typed exactly that way. So I could do one from Facebook. Actually, I can just do Facebook partner group, so I know all these people are in the Facebook partner group. All right, and again, I can do the same thing. I can copy that, and then I can just go down here and highlight all of them and paste, and now they're all good. So that's it. And again, the F and the G are optional. You do not have to do that. If you don't have a label, they'll come in unlabeled. You cannot have a tag unless they're labeled. So you could have a label without a tag, but you cannot have a tag without a label. You can't label unlabeled people. You can't tag unlabeled people and upload them. So tags, if you have labels, tags are optional, but if you have tags, labels are not. Hopefully that's clear as mud. But both are optional. You don't need to put any of those. You could just upload this just like this. They'll all go in unlabeled. If you do that, actually, I'll talk about that in the next video, what you need to do if they're all unlabeled, because this video is for formatting. So that's the format. And again, if you're taking this up, maybe you have a CRM system and you have some type of a label or a tag for your CRM system, add it to your sheet before you upload it into that system, and it'll be there. Just make sure you've got it mapped properly according to however that system maps. And you can put out a customer support ticket for your text messaging software or whatever you're using, and ask them if you're not sure. So that's really it. We're formatted. I'm going to save this document. I just did. I hit Command S, and now this document's saved, and it is ready to be uploaded into Genius Messenger CRM, and we will do the upload process in the next video.